In this video, we're going to briefly look at the value of digits on a place value chart. And then I'm going to show you what happens when we multiply numbers by 10, 100, and 1,000. I'm going to show you it conceptually on the place value chart, and I'm going to show you tricks that we use in the real world when we're using math. So first, let's look at the place value chart. I have this number, 324,516. Each digit in the place value has a certain value. And when it's in standard form, we're not seeing the entire value of the digit. But it would look like this. So here I have 6 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here I have 110. Here I have 5 hundreds, so here's 100, here's 200, here's 300, here's 400, here's 500. Here I have 4 thousands, here's 1,000, here's 2,000, here's 3,000, here's 4,000. Here I have 2 10,000s. What some students do, what some 5th graders do, is they look at this and they only look at the thousands. You have to look at the whole thing. So this is 10,000. So here's 1 10,000, and here's the second 10,000. Okay. Here I have 300,000s. So here's 100,000. Here's 200,000, and here's 300,000. Now, if I were to bring the value of these digits down, look what happens. Here I have 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. And if I were to add that to the next place value, here I have 10,000, 20,000. And then I add it to the thousands place, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. And then I add it to the hundreds place, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. And then I add it to the tens place, there's 10. And then I add up my ones, and that's 6. That's how we get the expanded form, when we look at the value of each digit in a place value chart. Now we're going to move on to this next part. So if I have 26 and I'm multiplying it by 10, what happens on the place value chart is that when you multiply a number by 10, each digit moves one place value to the left. So this becomes 2, this becomes 6, and we always have to go all the way down to the ones place. And if we don't have a digit there, we just put 0. Okay? So 26 times 10 is 260. See, I have 2 hundreds, 6 tens, and 0 ones. 260. So that's conceptually what happens. So that in your brain, this is why this trick works. So when I'm looking at 26 times 10 and I don't have a place value mat, I take my 26, because I know 26 times 1 is 26. And when I have 1 0, I'm just going to put my 1 0 on the end. And the reason that is when I'm on a place value mat, that 0 is the placeholder for when my digits move over one place value to the left. So remember, when I multiply a number by 10, the digits move one place value to the left. So when I have 26 times 100, notice that I have 2 zeros here. So when I multiply a number by 100, my digits move 2 place values to the left. 1, 2, 1, 2. So my 2 goes over here, my 6 goes over here. I put a 0 in the tens place, and I put a 0 in the ones place. Because remember, if there are no digits in the tens place or the ones place, I need to put zeros there as placeholders. So 26 times 100 is 2,600. Notice that the digits don't change. The only thing that changes is I'm adding these 2 zeros here. So when I'm looking at it like the standard algorithm, that's what we call this, I'm going to use my trick. So I know that 26 times 1, let's put the equal symbol, is 26. And then I'm just going to plug these 2 zeros on like that. Okay. Because when I multiply a number by 100, the digits move 2 place values to the left. See, I have 2 zeros. Here are my 2 zeros. And when I look back at my place value chart, here's my 2 zeros, and I moved over 2 place values. So 26 times 100 is 2,600. So I want you to look at this and see the pattern. I'm going to take my digits, 26, and since I'm multiplying by 10, I'm just going to add 1 0. Here, I'm going to take my 26, and because I'm multiplying by 100, I'm going to add 2 zeros to get 2,600. Here, when I multiply times 1,000, I'm going to add all 3 of my zeros here to get 26,000. And you can keep going on. Remember what I say in class is that math is full of patterns, and what you want to do is find the pattern, and then math will be so much easier for you. So if I multiply it by 10,000, I have 4 zeros, so I'm going to add 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros to get 260,000. So I hope this helped you. If you have any questions, please come to me and I can answer or clarify any confusion that you have.